हेलो हेलो हेलो
There is an announcement here now, surprise, for your HOD is there, AADS HOD sir is there. Since you are having maths exam, so AADS students only can leave. Wait. The HOD is there, he wants to see who and all is AADS student. Last bench, come front. We have switched off light because Guest will arrive in 5 minutes. So, the World Entrepreneurs Day. So, just before the guest comes, I just want to take a little bit of time to make sure that you are busy, right? So, why we are conducting this program, by the way? Why it is like we are told to come here, and we have to get some interest in some things. Means always try to get the knowledge. I don't know where, when, how it will help, right? And whose contact you may require in future, I don't know. So it's all about, you see, the person who is coming today is the famous hotel in Mangalore, and the MD, she is running the hotel, such a big hotel in such a prime place. Is not a easy thing actually. But the thing is, our students, when someone is giving the information, their focus will be somewhere else. Good speaker, to become a good speaker, it is very easy, but to become a good listener is very, very difficult. Because as per the research, a student can listen to someone for maximum 7 minutes. Okay, so this is what I came to know. Perhaps the students needs to increase their focus. So for that purpose, I'm asking you some question here before the program starts. Yeah, welcome. Entrepreneur, what do you mean by entrepreneur? Listen here, last bench people, those are going to last bench, I'll be sitting with you, you will not get bored. Okay? Yeah, absolutely. You will feel it later, literally, in the class also. The thing is, can you tell the person who just told so nice that what do you mean by entrepreneur? Now show your guts. What do you mean by entrepreneur? Why the government is making this kind of celebration activities, a compulsory activity to the students? How the other countries like China, Japan, or maybe South Korea, where the kids at your age, what exactly they are doing, how innovative they are, where we are lagging, where to increase our GDP. This is about our future, India's future. That is why the government is making these things mandatory. What is happening is, we need to get little bit of seriousness about each program which we conduct. I don't know how many of you are already running a company here at this age. How many of you are having your own company? I don't know. Maybe you are there, some kind of talented people are there already. Anybody here in this seminar hall who is having their own company already? Please raise your hand. You will be the resource person next time. ಸಾಕಿಷ್ಟು ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಕೂರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. So, listen. I asked you how many of you are already having your own company, but you are asking others. If you have started, you should get up and tell, yes, I have my own company. You are asking others means probably you don't know that you have a company, or maybe you are asking whether you have a company to the other person. Why I am telling you all this is that your talent is much more required for us. If you are very much talented, we have an innovation club in our college. We can provide you the place where you can set up your office. You can start your company here itself. It can be anything, any product. So this is where we are heading towards. There are a lot of startup companies started in our college. I want to see your company also, before you leave this college after finishing your final year. Right? So please feel free to ask questions to the guest today, that what are the government rules, what are the government facilities available to start a company. Because at one point of time, now you may not be listening to me, like for example that guy so is wearing specs in the, absolutely, come, call them, yes, yes. Listen for a while. What I am saying is like, today you may not listen to what we say here. You may not be serious. But we have seen from past so many years, the students, sometimes after reaching one point of time, there will be a seriousness in their life and they want to start something new on their own. They don't want to work under someone else. At that time, they don't know what to do, how to start a company, how to approach a government, what is MSME, how to register your company under MSME, what are the GST rates available, or whether you are exempted from GST for how many years. So lot of rules are there. So the thing is, if you are talented enough, we are there to support you. Start your company. This is what we are asking you. It can be anything. It can be event management also, for that matter. The problem is, make sure that you have a little bit seriousness about what the day we are celebrating today. So the guest will arrive shortly, and I would expect a lot of cooperation from you, especially when guests arrive here, because you are our representatives outside. So how you behave, how you speak is what, takes us one step ahead. So this is my request to all the students to be quiet, and if possible try to be very much interactive also, that what are the difficulties you will have to face, or maybe what are the facilities available, everything you can ask the ma'am, right? So with this, I think we are welcoming the guest. Please arise.
Good morning to all. I, Lisha DS of 4th SEM ECE, welcome you all on this occasion of World Entrepreneurs Day. Behind every successful business is someone who faced countless obstacles and stayed on track with determination to turn visions into reality. This day reminds us of what any one of us can achieve. It's my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Mrs. KOMAL S. Prabhu, who has graciously accepted our invitation to join us today. Mrs. KOMAL S. Prabhu is the owner of MAHARAJA Family Restaurant in Mangalore. Established in 2002 by late Mr. M. Subbanna Prabhu and KOMAL, MAHARAJA brand has carved a niche for itself in the food of hospitality space, owing to the unstinting focus on quality and taste. It is a family-owned operated establishment, with each member of KOMAL's family playing a key role in ensuring customer delight. KOMAL herself is an accomplished chef with specialization in GSB and Mangalorean coastal cuisine. She loves networking with people. Customer focus and people management skills are her strengths. An eternal optimist, she takes both buckets and brickbats with equal grace. Our critics are our architects towards success is her motto. KOMAL is actively involved in propagating the finer points of entrepreneurship to the young generation. She has been a resource person at several reputed educational institutions in the district. She is also a motivational speaker and has been focused on mentoring students and budding women entrepreneurs. She has a vision of an institution focused on development of life skills in youngsters, especially those hailing from rural areas, and generation of employment to them. KOMAL strongly believes that the current generation of youngsters with proper mentoring and guidance will steer our country towards being a world leader. KOMAL has several accolades to her credit. She has been awarded by several reputed organizations for being a successful woman entrepreneur. She attributes this success to her husband, who encouraged her to walk shoulder to shoulder with him on the path of entrepreneurship. I would like to extend a warm welcome to you, ma'am. Now I request Professor Diksha to florally welcome the chief guest. Also, I welcome HODs of all the department, faculties, and my dear friends. Now I invite our chief guest to take over the stage.
Working mic also is fine. Yeah, yeah, yes. It can be kept there. Hello, everyone. How is the Josh? How is the Josh? How is the Josh? Yes. I thank the faculty of Srinivas Institute of Technology for calling me here today to address the young, budding, shining stars. Isn't it? Are you all not this young, budding, shining stars in the morning? Clap hands for yourself. As much life there was in the sound of both your hands, that much strength is there in you. So generally when you applaud, with full strength, you say that you're thankful to God. You fold your hands and say, thank God. You join your hands and clap. Isn't it? Yes. Today I'm called upon here to speak about an entrepreneur. All of us have dreams, right? All of us have dreams. I'll tell you a short story. There was a small girl, aged 2, who wanted to be somebody great. So she adorned herself with her mom's sari and she looked in front of the mirror and she said, someday I would be great. And her mom kicked her on the ass and took her to a dance class and said, go get lost there and dance there. So by 2.5, she was put in a Bharatanatyam dance class thinking that she will dance her way. Days were not stopping for anybody. Does it stop? No. So days passed by. She was put in a military school only because she wanted to go. That girl was extremely independent from childhood. She never believed in stretching her arms. So that military school taught her to be strong, independent, and grow by herself. But fate never stands beside you, right? Fate has a different way of taking it. Poor girl lost her father. She lost her father, and the single parent couldn't afford then, 25 years back. Not 25, 35 years back. She had to come back, but she came back with all the weapons behind her. She took her weapons and stood independent in her hometown. She started giving tuitions at the age of 12. She paid her own fees. But because she was kicked on the ass and sent to a dance class, she used to dance in all the intercollegiates or interschools, where the Prince Charming, she met her Prince Charming. And he saw her dancing. And that's when, 31 years back, it was like, there was no asking the girls. It was just, the parents take a decision. Poor girl had nothing to say but yes. And she got married. She got married to the set of entrepreneurial family, not the entrepreneur. Were given to a very conservative family. Girl had to start learning to dance spices on her hand. Because in a very rural village, there were no hotels, there were no restaurants. She was working from morning 6 to 11, going from a very social house into a very conservative house where she had to wear sari. There was a time when she had to take the cow dung inside the house. There were a lot of things ahead of times. Today, if I tell you all may not understand. But that girl was in extreme tough times. But the girl never took it as a bad time. She had a steep curve of learning. And when her husband took a leap from the cashew processors, basically they were cashew processors, but suddenly a leap into the hospitality industry, there was nobody to take care for the finer points. And please, can I ask who that she is? Yes. Dreams come true. This was a story for dreams come true. From a childhood, there was a small girl standing in front of the mirror and admiring, someday I will be great. So today I stand in front of my mirrors and ask you, who am I? How do I look? What is that you feel? So dreams come true. Dreams come true when they are understood, when they are worked on, when they are perceived, and when they are a goal in your life. So 2002, I walked from my domestic kitchen into a commercial kitchen. That was my first step of going into business. Going into the business was not easy. Domestic cooking is different and commercial cooking is different. We had to make the main masalas like an industry. Generally in our cashew processing, it is 7 days working, but here it is not like that. Here it is 1 day working, 1 day clearing. Everything is perishable goods. So I had to work scientifically, wherein these entrepreneurs only know to shell out money and do business. But there is somebody who has to take care of the overall internal working. And that's where I plunged into the industry and took hold of the total PR, finance, and other things which were necessary then. I was not understanding how the statutory requirements were, the financial discipline was, or the licenses or whatever was needed. Through my story, I am trying to convey you a message that a proper working on your project of doing any business is very, very important. I fell 1,000 times. I got up 1,001 time. But I learned a hard way. Today it is not like that. Today each one of you has the faculty who is going to nurture you or going to fine-tune you if you have the guts to say, this is my area of dream. This is my area of expertise, isn't it? The faculty side, isn't it, sir? Only thing is the dream. Where is the dream? Let it be, they're speaking something. My parents have sent me for engineering. This is what all are engineering students? Yes. But there are some who really want to do something in life, but they are shy to tell. Shy because there is no financial security, or you don't know how to go about. There is no dreams. because you have dreams, but you don't know how to go. Finally, you have an assurity, there is campus interview, and you will go for a job. You have to go for a job. But this dream you have to parallelly pursue, because all the IT companies are competition. If you ask a 40-year-old engineer who is working in an IT company, he will say, I am done. I want to come and settle down for my work in my hometown. I don't only mentor you guys, I mentor lot of elderly people how to, settle down with your expertise area. So the story carries on. You know these entrepreneurs, how they work every year a new unit, thinking that this industry is great. In 2002, we did Maharaja Family Restaurant, which there is no looking behind. How many of you been to Maharaja? None of you. Nobody has come to Maharaja. Lift your hands up. Wow. Yes. So the next year there was a King's Court. Then the next year, may I have your attention, please? Attention is very important. You miss a word, you miss a path in your life. Everything is a knowledge, I believe. And I will give you 10 minutes to hear you later. Now if you speak, I cannot speak. Isn't it? Yes or no? So the journey of having restaurants, we had one in Bangalore, and which the other side of the person was not with ethics. Very simple. Business works on ethics, and I work on ethics. I did a festival at Golf Club Bengaluru. They called me, Komal, can you come up with a restaurant there? I closed my restaurant where they had called us and came up with the golf club, which I closed last year due to Corona, and due to age catches up. You can't be rushing around everywhere. But the journey in golf club was so amazing. Met lot of people from the high levels, the majors, the colonels, the ministers, and everybody. But because it was working on a social service basis, we couldn't continue there. Now coming back to Maharaja. Maharaja works very differently. It is a restaurant which has gone up as a place to go in the tourism industry. Now coming up, there are a lot of sacrifices, If your parents are business people or entrepreneurs, you know what sacrifices children give. You don't get their time. You can't give your best to them. And that's what happened to my kids. I have 2 sons. One at the age of 27 today is a father of 2 and running a restaurant and catering. What was that? Even though I was working, my eyes were on them. I was trying to teach them to put their hands in their pockets. The elder one, being a graduate from Vaksha, Welcome Group Manipal, got a manager training program in Marriott's. He said, Amma, I would like to root myself in my hometown. I don't want to work for others. I will work for myself. I said, then the bank account is not mine. Only the name is mine. So if you go there to CKK at Ballal Bagh, the mural is me and the name is CKK, Chef Komal's Kitchen. So no giving bank accounts to children. Because when you give that bank account, there is no value. When you give them responsibility. Here children, today, responsibility is something which none of them want to take. I may be wrong. I apologize. But life is easy. Parents, take care of your fees. Parents, take care of whatever. What are you doing? I have boys coming from the north who are waiters in my restaurant, earn their living, and as they pass out, they say, "Ma'am, idhar job mil gaya hai, main ja raha hu." I have people from MCA background who are my cashiers, who have gone out, who are in US now. But localites, they're ashamed. If you go abroad to Canada, they'll work in the airport, they'll work in the restaurants, they'll work anywhere. But why not in Mangalore? What is the itch? Was always a question to me, and today also it's a question. Because every place in this industry at least, we have the Bengalis, Biharis, Uttaranchal and the Northeast, but none of the Mangaloreans are present. Which is a question to all of us, when are we going to be independent? When is that each one of us will think that I am going to be independent? If we see in Japan, children are taught to cook their afternoon lunch. Children are not given that liberty of, parents packing their lunch. Why? Because teaching children to be independent is very, very important. Today, when you are so much back supported by the faculty, parents and everything, one thing I want to tell you, that have this dream of coming up with something when you are getting a salary from the companies. Because your expertise is yours, not others. Today, Mangalore has been mushroomed with so many restaurants, isn't it? Every step there is a restaurant. What does it make a different place called Maharaja? Why is that? Why the taste? Yes, I curate it. What is the way of curation? I don't use any artificial flavors. So it's a secret. It's an open secret. I don't use any artificial flavors. But how? When you have the expertise in your hand, you can do it. How is that? It has to go to the next legacy. That's a question, isn't it? Don't you feel that? Same things your faculty is feeling. How is that? We have to share. When I was walking towards your hall, I heard your lecturer telling me, "Ma'am, I want to train my children. I want to send them to internships where they are being groomed. See, if your faculty has a responsibility like your parent, when the students feel that if I give 1,000 rupees, I will get the internship certificate. That should not be the way. Each one should stand for yourself. Go and search in the town. Today there are so many IT and other companies coming. If you just go across, there is natural ice cream where they have a lot of technology, because some are mechanical engineers and something. I think they would support. There are so many companies in Mangalore. There is Hangyo ice cream, there is Ideal ice cream, there are IT companies, I don't know, whichever sector you are from. Because I've heard them growing. There are there's something called Vishwa Konkani Kendra, where they have given scholarships for so many children. All these companies get together and give them scholarships and growth. So these companies may, and I've promised the faculty that I will take an initiative and see that who can take interns in. But what is that you guys want? What is that you want? You have to share with your faculty. They can't read your minds, isn't it? So who comes from a mechanical side? Can you raise your hands? Wow, the great builders of vehicles tomorrow, isn't it? So there are a lot of people who want to grow here. I will tell you, when you make a project work, what is very, very important? You dream, and that is your project. Now, very important is, children don't understand the statutory documents which are to be there, the ESI, PF, and everything, and they get stuck somewhere. Because you have learned engineering, you have not learned this. There is so much to learn today when you actually fall into business. So this working is a long process, like a 5-year plan. So when you're working, you have to take your diary. See my diary. I've not written anything to speak to you, but I work my work. I'm always working on a drawing like a graph. Because if I don't write, I will not understand. The hand and mind coordination is very important. The more you work, you rework. Sometimes all businesses are not success. Sometimes there may be failures. You should know when to rework or when to stop. Because a work or a business, when it is not giving and when it is draining you, you should learn and you should have the guts to stop. Am I boring you? Thank you. Entrepreneurs are people who never sleep. I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I sleep at 12:30 in the night. Why? Why? Ask a question, why? I'm always focused on what next. What next? I get up at 4:30 in the morning because I have to buy fish. Is it necessary? I have 80 people who can do that. But if I buy, if I put an eye on that, that will be perfection. Then comes the vegetables. If I don't see, nobody is bothered. Now there's a question. What will happen if you don't go, ma'am? If you have 10 different places, you have to go to 10 different places? No. There are cameras put in the restaurants. So what happens? Each thing that comes in has to be focused on the camera. A call comes to me, ma'am, the vegetables have come in, please have a look. The fish is walking in, please have a look. The mutton comes from Bannur, please have a look. The chicken is coming from X person, please have a look. So everything, a look on the camera. Today it is very easy. And who are the people who created these cameras? You guys, your seniors. Isn't it? And then we never retire. We never retire. We are happy when people eat and go. Basically, my family, leaving me, doesn't even calculate what is our income or what percentage do we have in the business. I just lost my husband 4 months back. He was a person, he's the founder of Maharaja. I'm proud to say he never saw money. He saw the best. He gave his best try when there were strong 5 restaurants 22 years back. He said, Chal, we will do in Mangalore. Strong 5 restaurants I can name: Kudla, Palki, Abhiman. Goldfinch came later. I will tell you that story too. So there was Swadesh and there was Usha. All called me and said, Komal ma'am, Dane, irek daire unda. So I told, sir, effort is mine. Result is what I get. You need to be very humble. People may say woman entrepreneur, but women entrepreneurs are women entrepreneurs for the society today also. They are being addressed as superpowers by the government only because they want a face. But when it comes to a woman entrepreneur, the toe is ready to push you down. And how strong this woman entrepreneur becomes when she's pushed down? Because she's the Shakti, isn't it? She's a power. When she's pushed down, she emerges with all her weapons. And who she wants to protect? Her family, her loved ones. And that's what happens in the industry. When first we had Goldfinch coming in front of us, my whole South Indian cooks were poached. Next morning, I see none of them are there. I call my husband and say, what to do? He says, go put all the masalas, I will come by 15 minutes. He took the boys from the mori. He asked them to hold a pan. The pans are heavy, which we ladies can't hold. And he made them cook. 1 month we stood beside them, who are big chefs who are working in UAE today. I believe in one thing, growing my staff. They want to go 1 month prior, notice, go. Because I create chefs. I am not in fear who takes whom anymore. Tell me and go. The best. So this is how you need to have confidence to be a business person. To be an entrepreneur is easy to tell, but perseverance to go long and to stand beside it and to show people that what may come, I will stand beside my company, is an entrepreneur. Today you may not understand. I also couldn't understand. I used to sit and chat with my staff. Is it? Is it? But today when I'm sitting on my chair, I fold my hands. Why? What is the meaning of this? I am not ready to take anything. I am composed. I am only ready to hear you. There is nothing to accept. Isn't it? Earlier I used to sit and hear, हाँ ऐसा है क्या? वैसा है क्या? ऐसा, मैडम वो सामने वाले का रेस्टोरेंट शुरू हो रहा है. Here tension flares up. Now सामने वाला का restaurant, I am happy that somebody else is ready to work hard like me. isn't it? When somebody else is ready to, and I know what is the pain of running this restaurant. It's not a one-day job. It is an everyday job. Similarly, in the industry, I have a cashew industry. 6 years back, I got a big blow. I was leading the industry. In Jaipur, I had a monopoly. 7 days of processing, 7th day it dispatches to Jaipur. Suddenly one of our relative comes and tells my husband, I will teach you exports. 26 exports, minus of 6 CR, done. So what did I tell you few minutes back? When things don't work, I told my husband, no going ahead. I gave it on rent. Today also it is on rent. And I stopped the business. But once upon a time, Prabhava Cashews had a leading name in Jaipur market. Today also, if I process the pouches, I have the demand, but I don't want to sail on 2 boats. SSI brand, that is a mother brand or the father brand. We have multiple cashew factories. SSI brand today also has 100 rupees more in the market. Cashew factories had a dip of 8 years, but this year they are standing high. The whole family runs with the cashew processors. We are the only ones who diverted our way towards the hospitality industry. This industry has different lows and highs. People feel today you are earning. Hey, hotel malpugaya, best dinola kasu barpundu. Who is going to pay? Who is going to pay the taxes? Who is going to pay the license fees? This is what children don't realize. Do hotels. I know many engineers have come up with different styles of restaurants, hotels, and everything. But they get stuck somewhere and they close down. That is painful. Don't get stuck. You have many people to go back to. You have many things you can do. Entrepreneurs are owners. They are owners of themselves. They can do what they want until you are properly aligned, properly structured, proper leadership. You are big leaders, you know. You have to create yourself to be a leader. You can't alone do a business. And when you have people under you, you become a leader. Because you have to instruct the job given to them for the salary you are paying. Isn't it? Isn't it? Will you leave them? Pay salary and do what you all want, sit on the mobile and play. Evening I will give you 2,000 rupees per day. Will that be? No. You will set a structure of work they have to do. Otherwise, what will you do? You will cut the salary, right? If you are watching them on the camera, can you do that? No. Because today manpower is, you give him a buy today, he'll get a job somewhere else. So this attrition, the competition, and the perseverance have to work back to back. You have to, the owner has to have perseverance. He has to be composed. The entrepreneur has lot of responsibilities on his or her mind. He may look cool. He may look, he's on the Merc or maybe Innova or some other car. He is lost. He's lost because he's thinking, what next? What next? So, be composed. put your plans. Today, I can't tell you to be an entrepreneur because entrepreneur is a big journey. The journey should be started by proper planning. But you can always try to go to a small company, join hands with them, because now startup companies have wanting to have a partner, isn't it? Very soon even our industry will partner their chefs, because nobody wants to be an employee. All want to be owners and employers or entrepreneurs, because government is showing lot of interest to making entrepreneurs. I heard Mr. Mohandas Pai calling me and telling me, Komal, why don't you create entrepreneurs in Mangalore? Can I? It should come from you, how to be an entrepreneur. If you come to me and ask, I will guide you. If a set of 10 children come and say, I want to be an entrepreneur, I can guide. But I can't make you an entrepreneur, because it comes from within. So, we are doing it earlier. 21st February is the Entrepreneur Day, isn't it, ma'am? Yeah, and I'm called upon to speak to you how an entrepreneur grows, with hurdles, with puddles, with lows, with highs. I am here today, and the journey from there to here may be the next 10 years. But I wish the faculty sees you here, and they will be so proud to see their own children standing and speaking as entrepreneurs. Isn't it, sir? The faculty would be much happier when they see their own students as entrepreneurs. And I would finally try to say, if a person like me, who is informally, I have never had a formal training. But when I go to MBA college and engineering college, I say, I have 5-time degrees like y'all, because it's a 25 years training. Practical training is very much important than theory. But today, theory is giving you a backup of 80%. All you have to do is 20% of your effort. Put that 20%, study well, get ready for the big world that is waiting for you. It is not so safe. It is not so easy. Today, you all are protected here. You are one day on leave, a message goes to your parents that this person is not. But tomorrow, when you are lost in the world, there is nobody to give a message. You have to be your own person who is going to take care of you. Please understand, last and final years counting for you to become a strong person for yourself, an independent person. When you are independent, all the ideas come to your mind. When you rely on somebody for everything, you ask some children, what, teachers didn't tell us, mommy didn't give that idea, and father didn't tell. Then where are you? Who are you? I said, start thinking. I mentor many children. Many children come to me who are stuck in the middle. Ma'am, I'm stuck in the middle. Can I do a restaurant? I said, yes, you can do a restaurant. But it's not 2-day work of getting up at 4:30 and sleeping at 12. Every day are you ready? Your staff is not your brother. He will see his benefit, isn't it? If I am earning 10 rupees, he is also come here to earn 10 rupees. What will he do? When he buys anything for you, he'll keep a margin of his and then give you. So if it's a real cost of 10 rupees, he'll give it to you at 12 rupees. He's doing his entrepreneurial journey. So where are you standing is very important. Be independent. All the best. and happy Entrepreneurs Day. I think the faculty has called me to give you some knowledge on how you can go ahead in life. And I assure the faculty who asked me that your internship will be taken care by the companies of Bangalore. Learn to live in India and grow India. Because we are Indians. We have to make this India a better place to live. Today, one of my friend's son is learning in Canada. I asked her, what is he going to do? No, I'm bringing him back. It is unsafe there. Can anybody tell me, why is it unsafe out of India? India is secured. India is now a place where the startups are given respect. Other places, they call and then they are given in airport and somewhere else for first 5 years. And when you're first flowering, if you are mashed, then what happens to your self-confidence? You may not be able to grow. So learn, India is the best place you can grow. Then you can go away. Then you can think about. But I feel if you're based in your roots, in the long run, you will be recognized in the society. And if you fly away, when you are coming back, when you're 40, nobody knows you. Isn't it? Yes, thank you. And if there are questions and answers, I would like to answer. Does anybody have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, stand up. Yes. Inspire the person who has stood up. He stood up for himself. Yes.
Ma'am, why did you name your company as Maharaja?
Good. Maharaja was a name given by my father-in-law. We also don't know why. We asked what it was named as Chital Restaurant, which I came to know just recently because the change of name had to happen. I see this Chital family restaurant. I said, who put this? Then my CA says, initially it was Chital Bar and Restaurant. But my father-in-law, see, this is why we need experience. This is why your college faculty is calling people to mentor you all. When my father-in-law put this name Maharaja, I just giggled. Because there is no meaning connected for Maharaja and a restaurant. But what does Maharaja mean?
A king. A king.
Yes, royalty. So what does this royalty mean? The food has the royalty. What happens to us? We have to keep up to the name. Isn't it? So, name today is like people name on the cuisine. If a Chinese, it is Hao Ming or something like that. Then it was an emotion. So Maharaja has no meaning as such, but we respected our elders. And my father-in-law had given this name. So from Chital Bar and Restaurant, it was into Maharaja Family Restaurant. Then 2002.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Ma'am, you've been an entrepreneur for more than 15 years, right? So what are the hardships you felt in your entrepreneur life?
That is what I told you. It is not going to be easy. Ups and downs will be there. You have to be strong, focused, and understand what next. Entrepreneur doesn't sleep. He is what next. Now, today's thing. There is a restaurant coming up in front of my son's restaurant. He says, Amma, wait, let me see. So you should have the perseverance of waiting and watching. What is your next move? So similarly, there will be lot of hurdles. So your quality has to be maintained. It is an industry, it is any other material also, it's not only food industry. When your quality is perfect, your market is perfect, and if something is going wrong, you should know how to bring it on track. None of your manpower will do it. One day I see a Zomato message, ghee roast masala is bland and no salt. So what I do, I switch off my mobile, go into the kitchen. I just taste. I feel it is right, but I feel there is something. Took the masala, went into the machine, did it proper, brought it. From next day, the whole process was taken care by me for next 15 days. So what happened? You have to put it right. Nobody else will put it right. Similarly, there will be lot of problems in your business. So what you have to do? You have to foresee. There will be problems from government also. During Corona, we were closed for 2.5 months. You know how 2.5 months is. You have to pay salary, you have to feed your staff, you have to take care of, you have to pay the rent of the place. Nobody is going to spare you. So how are you going to prepare one chart for this? For no income and only paying. So there are a lot of things. This entrepreneur is a big subject. That is why I'm telling, campus interview, join a company, then structure your entrepreneurial journey and then go into it. Suddenly if you go, today people have made these startups and everything, but you are clueless. You know what you want to do, but you don't know how you have to do it. So please make a book for yourself to design your business. Every business will have its own challenge, will have its own pros and cons. Similarly, I too have had my ups and downs. It is not easy. Today, my husband is no more, just a transfer of name of bar license or the company or everything has come to my nose or above my head. But can I stand here and say, I can sob and say, I am under stress? No, I have to be strong. I have to face this world. I have to be what? There is a big mask. So wearing a mask and running in the industry is very important. Because ups and downs are there in everything, even in our life, isn't it? One day you feel low, oh shit, what is this? One day you feel nice, oh, I'm going to Srinivas Institute of Technology, becoming an engineer. I need to go ahead, isn't it? Same way is business. Thank you. Somebody else? Girls, you have no questions? Yes.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Naz. So I just had a question. What keeps you so motivated to get up every day at 4:30 and then sleep at night at 12:30? Because some of us, even if we start working, it'll be a period of like 10 days or 20 days. We're not motivated for a long time. So I just want to ask that what keeps you so motivated that you work hard every day?
First is dreams, second is passion. Third is the team waiting behind me. See, the moment you are an entrepreneur, you take so many people on board who trust you, who believe you, whom you have to pay every month. There are so many responsibilities that follow with an entrepreneur.
Wasn't there a day where you were like, I can't do it, I have to give it up?
Of course, it's not giving up. I want a break. So then plan for your break and take a break. Of course, every human being wants a break, but you have to be updated. So today there are cameras, Today there are, uh, everything is a pyramid structure. I have managers, then we have the captains, then we have the kitchen supervisors, we have the chefs. So you are in connection even though you are on an off or a break. And this feeling of, oh, I'll give up, will break your business. So no giving up. You can take a break with proper people there. So if I am not there at the moment there, my sister is there, who looks exactly like me and works like me. So proper placing of manpower and working in the right way, taking your breaks. Of course, you're 100% right. We need our personal life. But today, I'm sorry to say, children get fed up, as you said. Oh shit, where am I stuck? Isn't it? But that should be replaced by a passion for work. Because if I don't work, my bread and butter is on stake. Of course, staff who are working under us, we can tell, yeah, tata, bye-bye. I heard Mr. Ullas Kamath. You all know Mr. Ullas Kamath? Have you heard of Mr. Ullas Kamath? From where is he from? Ullas sir is a motivational speaker and from a big industry, Jyoti Laboratories, earlier CMD, and now he is a freelance speaker. He has UK and Co company. He told me, Komal, when I took over Henco company, I took over only with 5 people. Because the others were lavishly enjoying foreign trips and all things. I said, people who work, I need. People who want the facilities, what were there with the company, can leave. So it happens, they will get job elsewhere. But you need a proper team, and if you don't have a proper team, as you said, jane do. And who jane do? We are at stake. The entrepreneur is at stake. So making a company, have it well structured. I don't think so what you're feeling will happen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Boys behind? The noise makers. Okay. If nobody has questions, right? The backbenchers will give a big applaud. Come on. For someday, you will be great people. I believe that. The backbenchers are the ones who will become great people someday. Because I know hearing somebody is not easy. That too at the hour of such, it's so gloomy out, it's raining. What entrepreneur? I am going to go for the campus interview, go into company and sit. Who wants this entrepreneur's kirkiri? Isn't it? But someday, when the company says, we have brought in other engineers, it's time they keep you out of the limelight, and that's when the red light brings. I have to be, your self-respect is disturbed. Then you want to be an entrepreneur. You are clueless, so start working from now. Somebody might be expert in making a small screw. I will tell you, evergreen fixtures and fittings from Mumbai. The person was with Larsen and Touro for 15 years. He came out from there and did evergreen fixtures and fittings for some part of it. So he produces from evergreen fixtures and fittings and gives it to Rajan and Tauro. So search something when you're working and be your own owner. Entrepreneur is an owner. It is a confidence. It is a strength. It is a motivation for your next generation. And I feel proud of myself to stand here and motivate and try to motivate, not motivate, try to motivate you all. If I can do one student out of so many people, one student will take my word back, I would be proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful words. Today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. I also thank HOD of all the departments, faculties, and my dear friends for gathering here today. Now, I request our HOD, Dr. Suryakrishna K, to present memento to the chief guest. Thank you all.